How is it going, everyone? We've got some huge updates on a long-awaited Xbox and Microsoft franchise finally making its way on over to PlayStation. You know, it was a bit surreal seeing Forza on PlayStation. Then I would say it's even more surreal seeing Gears of War on PlayStation, but I feel like the Sonic on Nintendo moment is going to be when Halo arrives on PlayStation, and a new Halo game is reportedly being unveiled at Halo World Championship 2025, and on top of that, this is gonna be the debut title for Halo on PlayStation 5. Now, rumor has it that 2026 is going to see the release of two separate Halo products. There is going to be a Halo 1 remake, the Halo Combat Evolved remake, and then also a Halo live service project. And I saw the rhetoric and the notion of this is going to be similar to Fortnite. I would like to believe that live service experience, that verbiage of it is supposed to be similar to Fortnite, is just from the standpoint that it is going to be an ever-evolving experience, and it's a live service experience, and they just are utilizing the verbiage of the most known live service game and the most money-generating live service game imaginable in Fortnite. Because if it was a Halo game that just adopted a lot of the mechanics of Fortnite, I don't really know if people would be interested in that. On top of that, if it was a Halo game adopting the art style of Fortnite, I don't think people would be interested in that, but we'll see how that turns out. I know the verbiage live service already gets people scared, but any multiplayer game, you guys, that's a major title, you know, whether that be a Sony multiplayer-oriented game, whether that be a Microsoft multiplayer-oriented game, when you're talking about shooters and games like that, most of the times, 95% of the times now, they're going to be live service games, because that risk that you take with upsetting some people about it being a live service game, you know what the reward is? The reward is a game that is going to generate revenue for years and years and years, potentially for a decade. That is what they are talking about, and that is ultimately the gravy train that every game is desperate to get, and I should say every publisher is desperate to get. And if you can piggyback off of a historically successful IP like a Halo, like a Gears of War, because I assure you Gears of War E-Day is going to have live service elements as well, like a Battlefield, and you can ingrain those live service elements into it, they're going to do that. Gone are the days of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 map packs. We are done with that. It's all about battle passes. It's all about microtransactions. And that is the way forward, because at the end of the day, what you do with a multiplayer game that is like a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and a game that has a map pack, you put a ceiling on yourself. You put a ceiling that, oh, you sell that game for $60 and then the map pack is $15. The most you can make out of the consumer is $75. Guess what? If you have a live service game, you remove that ceiling. Yeah, one person might buy the game and then they might spend $20 on microtransactions, or they might spend nothing on microtransactions, and then you got Buddy over here with some disposable income that ends up dropping $500 on that game in the span of a year. That is what they are after. So the idea of it being live service and people immediately being like, oh my god, it's over, Halo live service. It's like, bro, everything's gonna be live service. When we're talking about Halo, when we're talking about Battlefield, I think if Sony were to ever make another Killzone, I think that would have its live service elements ingrained into it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, but live service is just a moniker and a term that you're gonna have to get used to hearing, and most multiplayer projects are gonna be live service. On top of that, Halo Combat Evolved Remake, I think that's super exciting. I would personally, selfishly, I would just like to see Halo Master Chief Collection on PlayStation 5, but I can understand Microsoft's thought process of, hey, we're gonna do this Halo 1 remake. Why dilute the success of the potential Halo 1 remake or this Halo 1 remake that's coming out by also letting people play Halo earlier on and play Halo 1 via the Master Chief Collection? No, we're gonna get the $60, $70 that we can get out of people. I don't know what it's gonna be priced at, especially because if they're gonna have one project that's gonna be the live service project, I would imagine that this Halo Combat Evolved remake is gonna just be the campaign and multiplayer. Can you really charge $60, $70 for that? Halo's big, and Halo on PlayStation will be big, but it's not like Gears of War Reloaded did insane numbers on PlayStation 5, based on what we can tell, and I think that game will sell well throughout the holidays, but, You know, and that was just a reloaded release, a upgraded release. This seems to be like it's going to be a full-on remake, so we'll see how all of that turns out. But I think you do have to be cautious about what you price it at if it's just going to be the campaign. Ultimately, if there's some form of multiplayer in there as well, I would imagine there's going to be some sort of co-op, but we'll see how all of that turns out. You're going to have Combat Evolved, and you're going to have this live service project as well. The reality is, though, Halo on PlayStation is a really cool thing to see. However, this is not 2007 anymore. It's not 2010 anymore. It's not 07 with Halo 3. It's not 2010 with Halo Reach. We are in the era of Halo Infinite. We are in the era of Microsoft IPs just not being at the level that they were in the past. Gears of War isn't at the level it was at the past. Halo isn't at the level that it was at the past. So there is going to be a level of goodwill that needs to be earned, and I think Halo has done a lot of damage to its IP over the course of the last decade or so. I think with Gears of War, they're going to have a pretty easy layup with E-Day in the sense of getting people interested because you're bringing back those iconic characters, which I think is a big reason of why people lost a lot of love for Gears. And just there's a lot of elements on why Halo fell off, why Gears fell off, but I think Gears is going to have an easier time to rebuild itself with E-Day. Halo, I think it is going to be a little bit of a process. I think initially there's going to be a lot of excitement over just, wow, it's Master Chief, it's Halo on PlayStation, and you probably can't go wrong with the Combat Evolved remake, and that's exciting. But I'm telling you guys, from Microsoft's vantage point, they are really banking on the live service game. That's what they want to be successful, because that's what every publisher wants to be successful. If Sony could have had it their way and they could have had Concord be a success and make them millions upon millions of dollars every year, yeah, absolutely right, they would have had that, and they would continue to be supporting that game, and it wouldn't have mattered if they had to invest more resources into that. In the ideal world, that's what they want, and the Combat Evolved remake will be nice, but in a vacuum, it's gonna be an 8 to 10 hour experience, and then you're gonna move on with the live service game. We'll see how it goes. Like, Halo Infinite was going to be this long-standing 10-year experience, and it peaked really high when it came out free to play, and then ultimately it fell off, and it fell off hard. I don't know if Halo can ever get back to the heights that it was at in the Halo 3, the Halo Reach days, but do I hope for that? Absolutely, and that's why, selfishly, I did just hope for a Master Chief Collection, because I don't have a lot of faith in 343 and the future of Halo. What I do know is the original Halo campaigns, they are all bangers, and I would just like to have them all on PlayStation 5. I have them on Steam, and it's great to go through those classic Halo games. Love me some Halo Reach, one of my favorite games of all time. But I understand from Microsoft's outlook why they wouldn't want to drop Master Chief Collection right now, why they would rather drop the Halo remake first, and then also do a live service game. Hell, I think if you drop the Master Chief Collection, I would buy that, and I think so many people would pay $60 for that. I think a lot of people would then still buy a Halo 1 remake, and then I think a lot of people would still check out a Halo live service game as well. The live service game is the biggest question mark. The remake is going to be what the remake is. Hopefully they do a good job on that, but you know what you're getting there, at least from a pure content standpoint, hopefully. The live service game, I mean, there's just so many ways that can go, and we've seen so many live service games just be outright failures, and I just don't think 343 has a lot of goodwill with their audience right now in terms of just investing a lot of faith. And that's coming from somebody that had a great time with Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is literally one of my most played games on Steam. I have like well over 200 hours on the game. And I was playing the hell out of it back in the end of 2021 when it came out, but ultimately it didn't have that staying power that Microsoft wants out of Halo, and I think other people want out of Halo. And when you're talking about getting a new Halo game every how many years? 5, 6, 7 years? It would be nice to also see that campaign and that content flowing as well. But that'll do it for me. Let me know your excitement level over Halo coming to PlayStation. Is it at the point where you're not interested by Halo on PlayStation, or do you still have that interest? And what do you think about a Combat Evolved remake? What would you spend? What if it was $50? Would you spend $50 on a campaign-only Combat Evolved remake? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, a sound off there. And also, obviously, live service game, that's more of a question mark, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly what that's gonna entail. But let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.